So I'm back and stay till the end to see an explanation on why I left. With that out of the way, let's explain what's currently happening in D2 and why the community is so upset. So let's get into this mess. Don't forget to leave a sub and a like along with it. So around about 3 months ago, Bongo released a DLC called Beyond Light. Now most people will be excited. That's just typical of the DLC if you love games so much. And then the outcome was, yeah, so people did not take it so well. So let's see some clips from people high up in influencers such as Switchical, Glad, and people like them.
Destiny 2 is not sustainable for content creators anymore. Whether you watch somebody who does PvP, PvE, it just isn't there anymore. And this is due to a plethora of reasons. I get there's a global pandemic going on, and I'm not going to sit here and pretend like that doesn't limit the game's potential.
Europa is hauntingly beautiful. It stretches on into nothing more than white desolation, with only a peppering of life throughout. Though this vast and wide white nothingness does not encompass the totality of Europa, as tundra and ice flow break for the scattered remains of a better yesterday, the mangled corpse of what could have been, what should have been, looted and plundered, ripped apart by thieves that care nothing for the past beyond the value it can bring them, a skeletal visage of a bygone era left for the carrion eaters, a feast for crows. How fitting, I think, then, that it takes center stage in one of the most phoned-in, content-barren, derivative DLCs that Bungie has ever developed.
So Beyond Light is out, and I've spent the last few days really trying to experience everything that it has on offer. The new campaign, Europa, the new supers, and I want to give you guys my first impressions of the expansion so far. And I'm going to be completely honest with you guys right now. I'm really not impressed, and a lot of the worries I had about Beyond Light prior to its release have pretty much become a reality.
So as you can see, Beyond Light was not a very happy situation when it launched, due to many reasons. First being the price. As you can see, Bungie had set these prices at 40 quid, being the base. And this only contains the Beyond Light campaign, the dark subclasses or stasis, and the deep stone trick grade. 60 quid being the deluxe, which I bought myself, had a new exotic, which was no time to explain was as exotic catalyst. Now, if you don't have played D1, the no time explain was gifted to us by the extra stranger at the end of the campaign. But this time it's come back with a new catalyst, but some people and I do that it's not a new exotic, it's already came out D1 and it's just for the soldier. Anyway, now and the final one was 160 quid with the collector edition, obviously coming with the bag, some new trinkets and a bunch, a physical copy of hardware which is in the game. Now take this into consideration. These are the same prices as brand new games, and these came alongside of Assassin's Creed Valhalla, Cyberpunk 2077, which was a horror show, but before people knew that, they're getting excited into it 7 years in development. Now, this is not acceptable because some people are upset because before that, Destiny 2 or Bungie released something called the DCV, Destiny Content Vault, which removed 75% of the game and infused some sunsetting. So on top of asking for a full price of the game from a full-year-old game, people came upset. Compare this to Forsaken, which was, I get it, was made with Activision with their help, but you got to understand, Bungie still had control. Activision to say, okay, I don't want to do this, because it's still Bungie's game. So let's compare it to Forsaken. This game was 2 new planets. It came with a new dungeon, a new raid, a new game mode, Gambit, a new Crucible maps, as well as a new super for the light subclasses. This is one for each tier, so one for the electric tier, the void, and the solar. Okay, this expansion was given help by Activision, a smaller company, but this split off. But then Bungie decided to make another expansion called Shadowkeep, released 2 years ago. This came with a map with D1, Moon, a new dungeon, and a new raid. That's it. Now let's look at Beyond Light. 1 new map, Europa, 1 new raid, 1 new super, at a cost of 4 planets, 3 raids, weapon, strikes, crucible map, gambit map, and a gambit mode. So yeah, there is a lack of content at first. Now, the most people are worried about is the recent Bungie trap. Yeah, the first trap of 2020 was released, and let's say it did not go so well.
Hey yo, what the fuck?
Bungie has said that the player base must regrind, yes, regrind the same weapon which was sunsetted. Thousands of Guardians, including myself, have just deleted them out of our votes because what's the point? We're trying to get to the end game, and these weapons being soft cat at 1060 ain't really going to be handled in the raid with 1240 or 1250. So yeah, if you're thinking, oh, this is okay, well, I spent at least 6 to 8 months regrinding these weapons so I can get them back to normal. And if you're liking this content so far, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and like. We'll be making content like this on a regular basis. As you can see, not many people are upset at this, but at the same time, these are new light players. Some veterans such as myself and other community like Switch School, he's quite bad. So let's just see what he has to say.
Reissued Dreaming City Reverie Dawn and Moon Dreambane gear. What a great start, dude. What a fantastic start to this whole thing. I can't wait for something that's been dormant for 2 years to come back so I can regrind the same activities that I played 2 years ago to get that gear and had to delete because it became obsolete. I can't wait to do it all over again. It's going to be like the launch of Forsaken. It's going to be a new game.
Now, as you can see here, Stretchical is not very happy, and you can agree with him. Mainly because other people from the community does agree, but Stretchical was the first person to come out and say about this. Nevertheless, the reason I agree with him, I spent, I don't know how long grinding, 6 to 8 months just to get a God Roll slug shotgun from the moon. Yes, I know my RNG is very bad. I've at least done the Deep Stone Crypt at least 12 times on all 3 of my characters, and the Eyes of Tomorrow has never dropped for me, which is, you know, bad for me, but I just need it so I can at least get the triumph. However, as soon as I read this, going through it, and Bungie talking about reissuing Sunsetted Weapon, I was like, hey, so that's the end of the video about why Bungie has messed up Destiny 2. So that's it, the end of the video. The next video is how I would fix sunsetting and how I would fix Bungie doing this mock-up. But until next time, bye bye, and don't forget to subscribe, like and share with your friends. Till next time, see ya. If you stay to the end to see why I left, well, I just left because mainly I got bored, and then I had to focus on education, so I left uni because of the pandemic. My university was not doing that much good to protect the students compared to professors, so I left. And then for a couple of months I didn't have a PC because my PC broke, so I had to order the PC, and due to some parts not arriving, I had to wait an extended amount of time, and then my PC came, and currently it is doing quite good. If you want to know the specs, I'll leave it down in the description. Apart from that, that's the reason why I left. Until next time.